have to convince you day in and day out, there is no one in the world today could beat me.
23 and what happened? Avoid using any guys of foul. Don't throw.
After handing David Bay his first loss, Larry Holmes declared that he saw little reason to continue fighting. The only exception might be a big money fight against Michael Spinks, the dominant force in the light heavyweight division. In 1985, the boxing world held its breath as these two titans clashed in the ring. No one expected Spinks, making his heavyweight debut, to challenge the undefeated champion Holmes, who was on the verge of tying Rocky Marciano's record. This fight became a battle of power and experience versus speed and technique, and a struggle for a place in boxing history.
Hi, I'm Larry Holmes. I'm gonna knock the jinx off of Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks was at the peak of his career with a flawless record of 28 wins, 19 by knockout.
Instead is just looking for a place to fall down.
Not in the rule book. In amateur boxing it is.
Ooh, now down to the knee, and this is
In the first half of 1986, Michael Spinks successfully defended his 3 championship belts twice in a row, both by stoppage. After these triumphs, he concluded that 10 title defenses were enough to prove his superiority. At that point, there were no worthy challengers left in the light heavyweight division. Leaving the light heavyweight division behind, Spinks decided to test himself in the heavyweight class. Previously, he had dismissed the possibility of such a move and had shown no desire to avenge his brother Leon's defeat to Larry Holmes in 1981.
Spinks' days are welded. He's stuck in the corner, the worst place for him to be. But the movement has gone from his legs, and if Holmes now measuring. The key to do with this whole movement, he is just killing him, and the fight is.
However, now Michael reconsidered and was ready to take on the legendary Holmes to cement his place in heavyweight history.
All the ones that miss, all the ones that want me, or I want family. I know Larry Holmes is watching. I know he is anticipating on getting in the ring with me or letting me get in the ring with him. It don't matter. I'd be glad to fight you.
Negotiations with Spinks' team began in the spring, but progressed slowly. In the meantime, Larry Holmes defended his title again, this time against IBF's 8th-ranked contender, Carl Williams. The bout turned out to be incredibly tough for Holmes, even though the judges unanimously awarded him the victory.
Coming up on 22nd. He just may rescue his title and get a
final seconds, 15th and final round.
Soon, the moment arrived for his encounter with Michael Spinks, who was actively preparing for his heavyweight debut.
I put him a couple times, but he never had me days, no way. Cause I pulled away on every punch he ever connected. I was in the floor motion as he tried to throw. He was a good left hook, which I heard rumors on somebody told me he was left hook. But nothing to left. That was not effective because I had my hands high all the time. But all the ones that are next, all the ones that want me, or I want family. I know Larry Holmes is watching. I know he is anticipating on getting in the ring with me or letting me get in the ring with him.
This fight promised to make history. Holmes was on the cusp of tying Rocky Marciano's legendary record, 49 wins without a single loss. A victory over Spinks would be his 49th.
It don't matter. I'd be glad to fight you. And I know you want me out of condition. I know you want me win one day of work. That's all you want me, man. But let me get a little shape. I'll take you on.
Fight night arrived. Holmes, known as the Easton Assassin, entered the ring as the heavy favorite with 6-1 odds in his favor.
So answers should come early. Round 1, heavyweight champion.
Larry stated the neck. He normally wears a knee brace.
One factor that we should point out, and that is
so he can get in. He can get those punches in. Back at what he stated he would do a couple days ago.
thought the pace would be much more up in the first round.
In the first 2 rounds, Holmes controlled the pace of the fight using his jab.
Larry, there is the jab, and he seems to be trying to set Michael up for the right hand. Tell he's about to set his man up as he paused with the jab.
Telling blows here in the first 3 minutes so far. End of the first round.
However, as the fight continued, Spinks began to use unpredictable movements, throwing combinations from unexpected angles. These earned him points, but didn't trouble the champion significantly.
You would eventually see a complaint from Michael Spinks because they had the theory that
In the middle of the bout, Spinks experienced some stamina issues, struggling to catch his breath between rounds. Holmes ramped up the pressure, pushing forward more aggressively.
Spinks backs off a little bit. You can almost see both fighters just thinking here. That was short. That right hand was short by Spinks. Holmes is trying to lean on Michael Spinks. And so far, very even fight. Wild right hand by Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes' right hand was looping.
Holmes' mistake was failing to fully utilize his right hand. He relied too much on his jab, which wasn't enough to win against a fighter like Spinks.
Holmes a little bit, and he was. Good shot to the body by Larry.
But that's when it hurts a light heavyweight. When a heavyweight rips to the body.
Spinks wanted to get inside a little bit more this round.
We've yet to see that.
Meanwhile, Spinks stopped putting full power into his punches, focusing on landing shots to rack up points.
Opportunity to really hit Michael with the right hand.
Good shot.
See, Michael is throwing his punches and bunches now. And is
holding him. And as he did. And there's a good left by Michael Spinks.
Look at him.
Moving on his back foot, Spinks used his mobility, occasionally landing combinations and quickly moving out of range.
Being thrown, neither man has really been hurt. Three favors to name one. A wild right hand, Spinks right back on
Larry Holmes, but they're frustrating him.
The right hand lead by Michael Spinks.
He also employed a strategy of stealing rounds by being more active at the beginning and end of each 3-minute period.
It me just to be trying to make
They get back into the center of the ring. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's inside, sometimes...
By the final rounds, the fight had settled into a pattern. Holmes moved forward, landing strong punches, but none appeared dangerous enough to seriously trouble Spinks.
The drop. The right hand should come by Larry Holmes.
You're right, Ray. I think there is a little cut above the... I'm not sure what he was yelling at that time.
Michael has been landing more punches. Oh.
4 rounds of boxing remaining here. And Michael Spinks.
Okay, bring it.
In the end, the judges awarded the victory to the challenger by a narrow margin. 2 scores of 145 to 142 and 143 to 142. This victory made Spinks the first light heavyweight champion in history to win a title in the heavyweight division, and one of the first brothers to both hold versions of the heavyweight title. Michael was ecstatic, while Holmes was deeply frustrated. Even as he left the ring, Holmes continued to protest the judge's decision. He even hinted that the officials might have been drunk or bribed.
I learned that these guys get drunk when they go to judge fights. I learned that people get paid off. I learned that I must win by knockout.
Later, Holmes had to apologize for these remarks.
So to Mr. Harold Buck, Dwayne, Ford, Sid Rovich, and to all of the people here in Las Vegas, baby, I got a big mouth.
Holmes's frustration was understandable, given that a victory in this fight would have tied him with Rocky Marciano's historic record, 49 wins without a single loss.
I'm 35 years old fighting young men, and he was 25 years old fighting old men. I can easily put him down. I mean, if you really want to get technical about the whole thing, Rocky couldn't carry my jockstrap.
His controversial statements sparked a widespread reaction, and soon Holmes issued a public apology. Meanwhile, Larry once again announced his retirement from boxing. Before his first fight with Michael Spinks, Holmes had complained about a pinched nerve from a herniated disc, which was confirmed by a Las Vegas doctor, warning him of potential paralysis. However, by September of the previous year, it was clear that Larry Holmes was far from his best form. Now, he subjected his body to grueling training sessions, his heart and mind filled with fire and determination once again. But one question remained. Could his 36-year-old body handle the challenge ahead?
Now under pressure there to get back, to show the people what I really can do. And that's all that I'm concentrating on. Michael Spinks is going to have his hands full. Is either they carry him out of there or they going to carry me out of there. And I'm ready for it.
Larry Holmes in the first fight did not throw one.
Very serious about this whole thing.
The fighters met in a rematch on April 19th, 1986.
Michael, first round.
And he's out of the corner very quickly.
That now, Barry. He's going right at Michael.
Holmes started strong, throwing many hard punches and left jabs, while Spinks focused on dodging and maintaining distance.
Spinks said that he wants Larry. There's a long right hand.
He has to keep that jab. I'm actually waiting for Larry now.
That was a left hand.
Both fighters now appear to be quite round, and Larry Holmes was able to pretty much accept.
And again, Holmes scores. Spinks hits him back. Spinks must discourage him with some punches, Ray.
Well, they're in the second fight than they were in the first fight. Up so he can connect with his right hand.
In fact, the jab has been better as
They've been consistent, and they're very good, hard, stiff jabs. Cut the ring off. Michael's been very content with just moving him. You know,
Holmes trying to measure.
back.
Combination by Spinks, but Holmes is right there.
He's playing with Larry.
He's in the judgment of those at this table.
Right hand of
As the rounds progressed, Spinks began using his jab and left hook to wear down Holmes.
Larry. He wanted Holmes to come back with.
And Spinks is holding on a little bit here. Left hand by Spinks and another.
Larry exactly just walking towards Michael.
Michael Spinks is hurt. Right hand by Spinks. Number 6. Wild right hand by Holmes.
Hand of Larry Holmes.
Very, very
He just now did a rain or Indian dance, rain dance. Style as Michael Spinks. You gotta work the body. In the first fight, very seldom from Michael. That's what makes Michael such an exceptional fighter. Good jab by Michael. Good darting jab.
left hook by Spinks and another.
What?
More effective in this fight.
That was the lead-off.
And in the corners, the strategy continues.
In fact, I know he's conditioned himself.
Right hand.
Another good right hand. But now the jab of Michael is starting to get through.
Larry Holmes in this round.
In the 14th round, Spinks landed a series of jabs and head punches, but with about a minute left, Holmes badly hurt him with a right to the head. Spinks bent at the knees and almost went down. Holmes landed a few more punches, but couldn't finish Spinks.
Together. But he can't just stand there. You see what's happening? Clinch and not allow.
And there was a right hand by Holmes.
This is when Larry gets his man out.
Spinks recovered, and by the end of the round, threw a series of punches that backed Holmes up.
Another right hand by Larry Holmes. Now he's gonna let Spinks show the heart that he has as a champion is trying to come back.
What really
Great round.
surprises me. Really surprises.
In the final round, Holmes once again hurt Spinks with a right hand, forcing the champion back into the ropes.
Spinks just letting it all go. Spinks trying for all the world to do it. Holmes does not appear to have been hurt throughout the fight.
Just look at Larry go to work.
It's over.
Judge Joe Cortez scored the fight 144 to 141 in favor of Holmes, but the other two judges, Frank Brunette and Jerry Roth, gave it to Spinks with scores of 144 to 141 and 144 to 142, respectively, securing a split decision victory for the champion. Many in the boxing community still believe that Holmes was robbed in the second fight. Larry Holmes stated he had been robbed again and retired from boxing.
Larry, the whole thing is I got a big mouth.
Are you trying to say that by questioning the integrity of the officials before the fight, you may have prejudiced them?
Well, Larry, I can say a lot of things, and it will get me in more trouble, and then I probably end up apologizing. And it shows you, Larry, what I say is partly true. It's no such thing as fairness.
The boxing world wouldn't see him for almost 2 years. He returned to face the then reigning heavyweight terror, Mike Tyson, for a $3.1 million payday. But that's another story.
After that, to Michael Spinks in a very close and quick when he was champion. Now the young guy is Larry Holmes that I want to remember. Books is one of the great heavyweight champions of all time, man. In the old days, Larry would have hit balls, and from behind that he'd throw the right. But tonight, he needs to be able to move like this if he's going to do anything.